Mm. Hi. Beautiful evening, right? Actually, I wanted to do a video for about love, about marriage, and I am in between the two. Some people are saying I should do one on love first. Others are saying I should do one on marriage. But then, usually, love comes before marriage, right? But there are some rare cases where marriage will happen first before the married couple will fall in love with each other and then dwell upon the love thing for only God knows how long, or possibly forever, possibly till eternity. So it can really happen that way. And it can be love at first sight, even though some people don't believe in love at first sight. Personally, I've never fallen in love at first sight. I've never done that. But I've fallen in love 3 times. The very first time I fell in love, I got my heart broken. And so when Whitney Houston sang the song, "Where Do Broken Hearts Go?" I know exactly where. But then, once bitten, twice shy, right? Well, I didn't actually panic or run away from it the next time it came around. So I let it happen. I let it happen because love is such a sweet thing that once you've heard it, you can never let go of it, all right? Unless you are hurt so badly that you cannot survive, the crisis, the aftermath of falling in love and getting your heart broken. So, but there are a lot of people who have never experienced love, don't even know what love is about. They keep hearing people talking about love and saying, is this really possible? Does love truly exist? Well, I can assure you that it does. And you can tell, I can tell, for just talking to people who have been in love before and gotten out of it, and those who are pretenders of falling in love but never really do. Because there are a lot of things to say or to know or to feel about love, and most people wallahi, they don't even know the difference between love and lust, between love and like, between love and infatuation. There are so many things in that that, sincerely speaking, a lot of guys and girls really don't know about. They read in novels, they watch it on films, they sometimes hear the story of people falling in love, lovers, and getting frustrated. Because one thing that is very common about love most of the time is that love hurts, right? It doesn't really matter whether you've fallen in love and you have you are loved back. At the end of the day, one common denomination of about love is that you get hurt in the process of indulging in it. But like I said, if you've been in love before and you savor the real taste of being loved and loving the person back, well, you will fall in love a million times, no, a billion times, and somebody was telling me the other day that when you are in love and you're getting married, there is a need for you to check the background of the person you love before you marry him, so that you know. I said, look, when it is love, a real love, true love, you don't have time for that. All you have time is for each other. You don't have time digging behind the scene trying to find faults of your lover so that you can have the perfect guy. No. Sometimes it is even better if the guy or the girl is not perfect. It's not absolutely, but then bottom line, like a lot of wise people will say, the saying goes, the best thing that can happen to love is marriage. Aha, and Zowaja. Okay, someone was asking me, TJ, why is it that you are always talking about marriage? Everything on social media, all the time you meet young people, you tell them, get married. When you see lovers, get married. When you do marriage. What's your obsession with marriage? Well, you can call it whatever you wish to call it. Obsession, I don't know. Anyway, I'm lost for words as to exactly how to describe it. But one thing about this all is the fact that I am a Muslim, and I sincerely believe in my faith, and subject to that, I try to be as much as possible in conformity with the dictates and the demands of my religion, of my Lord and Maker, of his Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And one thing I've come to discover is, no matter how much you want to indulge in the opposite sex, in a woman, or you in a man, I mean, talking about the opposite sex, one thing that is definite, especially if you are one of those who are religious, who believe in Allah, who believe in paradise, who believe in dying and resurrecting and hoping to be in Jannah and stuff like that. There is one thing that I have come to discover, that getting involved with the opposite sex, I mean, with a woman, talking about us men, or the vice versa, that is women getting involved with guys. It is completely prohibited. It is forbidden. It is haram to get involved in any way with a girl, so long as she is not your wife. She is not your. Whatever you do outside the scope of nuptiality is essentially frowned at. It is unacceptable. It is forbidden. So, okay, fine. As a believing Muslim, I try as much as I can to keep away from doing anything. As much as I love women and I like being with them, they are the most beautiful creatures Allah has created, as far as I'm concerned, all right? And they provide some of the most beautiful feelings you can ever feel while alive here on earth. But yet, getting involved with them in any way, in any manner, is strictly forbidden according to the dictates of my faith, all right? So now, how do I come about solving this situation? And then I got to learn that if I get married to a woman, then the forbiddenness of the situation is lifted. I am permitted to indulge as much as I can in the woman, all right? Loving every single second of being together with her, talking to her, petting her, I mean, being nice to her, there are so many stuff that's currently cascading. I mean, crashing into my brain and wanting to be uttered out. Now, if I cannot do it, I mean, like so many other guys are doing, not caring about the switch, whatever will happen to them, damning the consequences of the retribution that is likely to happen. I mean, both here and in the hereafter. I've been told that if I get married to a woman, then I am free. I am at liberty to indulge. Whoa. And I like women. And it is a way out. If I get married to one, I am free. I am at liberty to completely, relate to her how I wish and want, except for the one or two hidden, forbidden situations that I've been told not to. So I said, look, then why don't I get married? And so at a very young age, I did that. And I've never regretted doing that. I've never regretted doing that because it was a mission for me. I wanted to get married. I wanted to discover why the forbiddenness and then the lifting of the forbiddenness once I get married. So I did jump to it at a very early stage. When I was getting married, a lot of people were saying, "What's the rush? I mean, you're a young man at your age. You don't need to do. It's like committing suicide." Well, for a lot of people who get married or have been married and didn't do the right thing, so end up finding the situation completely uncomfortable. They just want to believe everybody who gets into the marriage situation is going to end up like them. But no. If you do that, if you do get married and deliberately mean to be to reap bumper harvest from the marriage, I assure you that you will do all it takes to eventually become successful as a married man. And that, I believe, is what I did. I got married at a very young age, and I wanted to be married. I took all the trouble to choose the right woman, because that is very important. You have to choose the right woman. Don't just get married because you want to get married or because you want to indulge in knowing your wife and stuff like that. No, find the right woman. She has to be absolutely right for you for it to succeed. Then next, you have to fall in love with her. Make sure that you love the woman. All right? I don't know, some people, they want to get married for various reasons. Some want to get married, of course, because of the four things that the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said we should get married. Some because of her beauty, others because of her background, that is family background. Others because of her wealth, if she is from a rich family or she personally is rich. And others because of her religion. Now, there is nothing wrong with combining the four altogether. Don't just say you just pick one out of the four. If you can find a woman who has all the four benefits associated with her, wallahi, you are completely 100% lucky. All right. Now, if you cannot find a woman with at least 2 or 3 of the traits of this benefits associated with being married to a woman, if you can find one of the benefits, you can manage that. But don't compromise about the religious aspect, like the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did say. Okay, so this is basically what I'm thinking. Now, when I did get married, of course, one of the things that I decided to do from the onset is to try as much as I can not to play away matches from my home. I tried as much. In fact, one of the things I said to myself is I want to discover what makes a man cheat. What essentially is it that makes a man want to sleep with other women outside his legitimate wife, And like using myself as a case study and using my family as the laboratory, I jumped into the situation and say, okay, let me see what is it that will make me want to sleep with another woman outside my wife, even if she isn't married to me, And while getting married, I told my wife this, that no, I never told her that I'm going to use us as an experiment for me to learn 1 or 2 things about why guys cheat, about why men get married and still fornicate around and stuff like that. So I just decided to let it be, And then I got to find out that, to a large extent, most of the time that you see guys cheat around, huh? is because they don't have enough attention at home. It depends on what the guy likes, what he loves, and it depends on whether the wife can be able to provide all those things that he likes and loves. All right, there are a lot of things the wife also likes and loves, and it depends on the guy to rise up to the occasion and essentially be man enough to be satisfactory in all sectors of a marriage. Now, and wallahi, I am not boasting about this. All right, I've been married for 27 years now, and in those 27 years, I've never slept with another woman outside my marriage. Wallahi tallahi, Allah is the witness. And when eventually I felt the need to sleep with another woman, alhamdulillah for being a Muslim, I was at liberty to marry a second wife, and I did. All right. Now, rather than jump around outside my marriage, I just got married to another woman because my religion allows me to do that. So there is no need for me to have a side chick, or two side chicks, or 3 or 5 or 10. No. Just got married to another woman, and then 2 wives, beautiful. And alhamdulillah, with the second wife, we've been 14 years together. With the first one, 27 years. Wallahi, there is a secret to this situation that you need to find out. If you can really know, I assure you that you have no problem, having a fantastic life, and restricting yourself strictly to what is halal to you. Wallahi, you don't have any situation, you don't have a problem, right? I didn't know I'll be doing this video till now. Because essentially I wanted to do this all earlier in the day. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. I have a lot to say, a lot to inform, a lot to reveal, a lot to point out, to guide, to a lot of young people out there who are married or planning to get married or having problems with their marital situation. If you subscribe to our channel, to my channel, I assure you that God willing, Allah willing, we are going to discover so many things that you can do to put back your marriage on track. All right? And that is why on Facebook we have the Marriage Academy, and I basically, strictly, what I talk about is marriage stuff. All right. In fact, one of the criteria, one of the rules and regulation of the group is you can only post things that have to do with marriage, whether you pre-marriage or while married or post-marriage, because of course there are situations where you find yourself with a post-marriage situation. Maybe your husband has passed on, maybe you have divorced, maybe you are widowed, and maybe you are separated. And there are so many situations where you can find yourself in a post-marriage situation, and of course the marriage situation, of course, is existing, and then the pre-marriage situation. The courtship part of the situation is also very, very crucial, very, very important, right? And Terengini Teranzani, you have to start planning ahead before you jump into the marriage situation. So and one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make is finding the right partner. Remember, I was telling you that you have to find the right partner. And some of you guys out there and you ladies out there don't know how to identify your partners. The person who is your soulmate, your life partner. You let him slip by, you end up for the rest of your life searching for him. Meanwhile, some other woman has taken him away from you. And there are some who get married, and after a while they will now when they get divorced or their husbands pass on, they will now come back and remarry their soulmates. I mean, you have wasted so much time, so much value. I mean, going somewhere else instead of identifying that person and say, yes, he is the one, or yes, she is the one, and then connecting, and then permanently for life, you grow old together. And it's one of the most beautiful things. Don't believe the hype. And there are a lot of you guys who are thinking you should wait until you are they keep saying it is better to marry late than to marry wrong. The question I keep asking is, how do you have a guarantee when you wait until it is late you will get the right partner for yourself? You don't have that guarantee, just like you don't have that guarantee at a young stage of your life. So don't procrastinate, don't waste time, don't keep marking people wrong for you. No, he's not right for me. No, he's not right for me. This one too is not right. This one too is. Meanwhile, age is catching up on you. You're growing old every single day, every single hour, every single minute, every single second. You have grown older, and by the time you decide that you found Mr. Right, or you found Miss Right, I mean, you're looking back at 50 years. When you give birth to a child at 50, by the time you are 60, how old will you be? I mean, the child will just be about 10 years. You are already heading out, and the child is not matured or strong or big enough to handle the situation you're about to leave him or her in. You can't afford that. Do the thing. Do that when it is. I have a lot to say. I don't have the time at the moment. We'll meet tomorrow, okay? Goodbye.